Day 51. It's not raining yet, but it's gonna be. Rain all day. We're starting at mile. We're back on track. We're going forward. Starting at mile 333.5, which is Spivy Gap, and going north 10 miles. And we'll be at Uncle Johnny's Hostel again, or another hostel. Trying to stay dry. But Sunday, it looks like the weather's getting better for a long time. So we'll be back on the trail back for a long stretch after Sunday. So we're gonna go see how Uncle Johnny's rebuilt. I heard they were one of the ones that got hit pretty bad. There's Optimus in the background. I also went through last night after catching some flack on Facebook about my daily mileage average, and I guess they were really coming after me because I smoke, but I think they did the math or tried to do the math and divided how many days on trail by how many miles I did, and said I'm only averaging 6 miles a day. Well, that's a correction. If you do that, it's 6.7, not 6. Also, that's not factoring in all zeros, which I took about 8 zeros, which bring it down to 42 days on trail, technically. And that brings me up to 7.9. So you can't add. And it's not just cigarettes. I have bad feet and bad back. So you can kiss my ass. But that being said, we are heading out this morning and walking right into the rain again.
That fires you up. Oh, sorry. Check out Stick's frog tug. Started leaking yesterday during our slack pack, and now he's walking around like ET with his rain cover from his hammock. Oh, that's interesting. That's the most different shelter I've seen in a while. Pretty sure this is No Business Knob Shelter. And we're just stopping for lunch. Master Yoda up there. Looks like we're walking into another section of Hurricane Helene devastation. As we get closer to Irwin, I think we're going to walk next to it in a second. First sighting of Irwin. Well, got a little break from the rain for a second. Last night I was watching YouTube videos, well, kinda. Maybe when I was thumbing around Facebook actually, and I saw a post. So I tried to watch a video, but I don't have headphones. And it was late, and I didn't want to disturb dog tag. So I was kind of just watching it without sound. And I forget the lady's name, but it was somebody who did the trail in 2024, Thru-Hiker. And they were ranking the 7 best hostels on the AT. And I don't know. I didn't get a chance to. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it with the sound on, so I can see. I didn't know what the what's the word? The criteria that they were judging these hostel choices by. Now, yeah. So that being said, I figured it'd be an appropriate time to talk about hostels because I've been staying in a lot of hostels lately because of the rain and doing some slack packing, which has been a delight. But it all ends Sunday. Sunday we're back to normal business. But we still have another stop here at Uncle Johnny's, which I heard was a great place before the hurricane, and they have just rebuilt, and it's still a great place to go. But unfortunately, they won't be considered in today's ranking because I have not stayed there. Now, so to eliminate, I have stayed at some places other than hostels, so I'm just going to say, whoa. When I stayed with Stick's mom at Top Secret at, oh my God, I forgot the name of it. Forgive me right now, but it was in Hartford. It's like Infinity Mountain Resort, I think, with the villas. If they're not currently operating as a hostel, I'm not gonna put them in my ranking of places I've stayed. So that eliminates the hotel I stayed at or motel I stayed at in Franklin. Eliminates the bed and breakfast or Infinity Mountain Resort. And of course the lodge at Amicola, which I don't think I would rank anyway. Just a hotel. Anyway, that being said, I wanted to talk about my criteria. My criteria, maybe it differs from other people. I don't know. I love camping. I don't necessarily love hiking, but I like traveling and point A to point B and sense of accomplishment and whatnot. So this trip has been very special to me, and but the thing is, when you're out in the outdoors camping and stuff, there are some luxury, well, you think of them as luxury when you're hiking and camping, but some things that you start to miss about civilization. And I think like top tier for me is like obviously showers and a porcelain toilet. Like that's what I can't wait for. I could pretty much sleep anywhere, but I want nice showers and a nice toilet, more than one for 20 some odd people, that kind of scenario. I don't really want to be roughing it. Like I don't want it to feel like I'm camping when I enter a hostel, so that would, I don't want, I'm not going to name the one because I didn't stay there, so I don't want to review that one or rank that one. But I've heard there's one that, you're washing your clothes with a washboard, pooping in privies or porta-johns, that's not me. Like, I might as well just stay on trail then, So, that's a big deal to me. Plus, you're kind of in close quarters when you're on the trail. Like, if you're staying in the shelters, it gets crowded. You're real close to everybody. And if you're in your tent, you're kind of like confined to the walls of your tent. So, like, I don't know, it's a little bit of little bit claustrophobic. So, and especially in the tunnel of the Appalachian Trail. So one thing I don't like is confined spaces when I get to a hostel. Like I don't like small hangout areas. I don't like small bunk rooms where you know every 3 seconds you got to be like, excuse me, to try to, especially if you're a top bunker. You've heard me complain about that before. So those are some of my big ticket items, and the ability to resupply. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Fontana Village is out of the ranking too, because that is not hiker friendly. It is not. I mean, it has a good resupply actually for what it is, but as far as getting ranked in the hostel ranking, they don't provide much services otherwise. So here's your room, here's your key, go walk up the hill. Here's the laundry. It costs like $6 in quarters that we don't want to give you, kind of thing. Sorry, little jab there. Anyway, that being said, so Fontana Village is out too. So in my time on the trail, I have zeroed 8 days and neroed a bunch. And some of the places I stayed, I think in order, let me go in order first. Now listen, this is not the ranking. This is just the order in which I stayed in hostels. And I think it would start with Above the Clouds was the first one I stayed in. Then Green Dragon was the second. And then the next hostel I stayed at was Gorgeous Stays. Okay, and then after Gorgeous Stays, the next hostel I stayed at was the Appalachian Trailer in Hot Springs, and then Hemlock Hollow was next, and then we just stayed at the Nature's Inn. Forgive me, it's not that they're not memorable, it's that I'm very bad at remembering names. That being said, should I go right into the ranking? Like just get it over with, pull the band-aid off? Now, I don't want to, hopefully, I feel bad ranking businesses or complaining about businesses or that kind of thing. Oh my God, this view is spectacular. I'll have to show you right after. But I have my ranking. The results are in, okay? I would have to say, still, my number one is Gorgeous Stays. So if you're coming into the knock, Gorgeous Stays. By far my favorite hostel yet. Number two would be where I just left, Nature's Inn Hostel. Fantastic. Loved it. Number three, I would have to say Above the Clouds, back in, way back, like in Georgia. I forget what town it's in. Probably still like close to Hiawassee. Anyway, that being said, so Above the Clouds is number three. And then I would say number four is the Appalachian Trailer in Hot Springs. We just left there not too long ago. And then number five is Green Dragon, great place as well. And then number six is the Hemlock Hollow. That's my ranking as of right now. It could change. I'm about to be in Uncle Johnny's. The whole ranking might change, and now I got rain again. So we'll see what happens after Uncle Johnny's. Maybe somebody will get bumped, and I'll keep updating it as I go along. But at least you know what my criteria is. Oh, coming down the hill, almost to Uncle Johnny's. And it looks nice. Looks like they did a great job. I don't know what it looked like before. I didn't do my research. So, I don't know. For those of you who have stayed at Uncle Johnny's, there's a look at the new Uncle Johnny's. I don't know how different. But, I don't know. I feel like it took a long time to get from Hot Springs to Irwin for us. Even with my slow pace and low mileage. Still felt like forever. So we're gonna be here tonight. We're zeroing tomorrow. First zero since oh no, I didn't even zero in Hot Springs. First zero since Hartford, right after coming out of the Smokies. So I'm looking forward to it. My legs are looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm ready for a zero. And then Sunday morning, we head back out. And I have a tentative plan for 10 to 12 days to Damascus. Now, there might also be a halfway point in there for one more stay somewhere, just to resupply and take a shower or something. So we'll see. Anyway, it looks like, from the looks of it, I may have to shoot a new Hostel ranking video right after my stay here, because it looks great. Coming in now. So there was a bridge there pre-Hurricane Helene. Yikes. Isn't this how the beginning of Rambo starts?